Back to Besa starts right now on Fox Soul.
Welcome back to Besa on Fox Soul. I'm your host, Besa Gordon, coming to you from the iconic Black Media Matter studio in downtown Seattle. And I'm so excited to bring you another episode where we uplift Black stories from all over the PNW. Now, let me tell you, your girl has been on the move for the last week after taking a road trip from Seattle to Spokane, then driving to Portland, and now back in Seattle. It's safe to say you all can look forward to a lot of new stories coming to Back to Besa really soon. And if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok at Besa Gordon, then you've already gotten a sneak peek at what's to come, so stay tuned. Now, whether you're watching from home with the family or streaming Fox Soul on the free nationwide Fox Local app, just know I appreciate you for tapping in. Now, with that being said, you know the drill. So if you haven't already, it's time to grab your snacks because the show's about to start. This week on Back to Besa, we're talking healing, legacy, and the magic of Black-owned businesses and community support. From a special memorial honoring Elijah L. Lewis to scoops of joy at PJ's Classic homemade ice cream and bonbons, I'll take you courtside with Seattle Storm head coach Noelle Quinn, revisit one of my favorite pickleball moments, and even show you how one man is literally helping people get on the bus for the CD Art Walk. And for my candle lovers, I'll take you inside the cozy sip and pour brunch that left me inspired and smelling like a whole vibe. Plus, we'll tap into the quiet power of alone time. Up first, we're nurturing roots. On March 31st, 2025, a very special gesture of growth and healing occurred at the Rainier Beach Urban Farm and Wetlands in South Seattle. The gathering honored the memory of community activist Elijah L. Lewis, who was tragically murdered on April 1st, 2023, due to gun violence. This event was a collaborative effort between Solace, an organization founded in Elijah's honor to provide grief support, and Nurturing Roots, a community organization dedicated to urban farming and self-sustainability. The day was filled with activities such as volunteering, planting, and releasing root-bound plants, all symbolizing new beginnings and the act of letting go. The event served as a powerful testament to Elijah's legacy of love for humanity, community, and the earth, aiming to unite the community and create a safe space for emotional expression.
Nurturing Roots is a huge part of the ecosystem. When I think about the ecosystem, I think about the pillars, right? I think about how we have different pillars within our community that our community needs, right? And agriculture and farming is one of them. I think Nurturing Roots is one of the leading organizations within the agriculture and farming pillar in our community.
We are down here at the farm with Naima and Nurturing Roots, and we're volunteering and helping her, the event that she hosted for Elijah, my son, who passed away in 2023, April 1st of 2023 from gun violence. So Solace is here as well, members of Solace, to commemorate or celebrate the transitioning of my son in positive, constructive ways, bringing us together. I know that my son would enjoy and be blessed by it.
We are at the Rainier Beach Urban Farm and Wetlands, located on Cloverdale in South Seattle. Here at the Wetlands, it's all for community. So there's events year-round, there's growing in greenhouses like this. It helps a lot of the farmers and local producers start their crops early. It helps us get a head start. There's free foraging here year-round. You can come with your families for free and grab things as they are growing. There's education. Seattle Tilth offers so many opportunities down at this space. And for us, Nurturing Roots, as y'all know, we lost our space. So being able to come here, bring our workshop groups, we bring groups like today in remembrance, your legacy. And we just bring activities down to this space to help elevate agriculture for communities of color.
It's important to me to continue to keep his name alive. Yes, the legacy is always the center or the driven piece of it, but at the same time to bring people who also are experiencing loss and might be isolated in their homes or can't get past certain elements of their grief.
Today is all about Solace and the collab with Nurturing Roots. It's all about honoring the spirit of Elijah and doing the things that he cared about, the things that he emphasized, which is kind of getting back to the ground, getting back to the full wholeness of being. Just all about connecting to earth. It's all about being patient. It's about being firm with plants. It's about cultivation in a way that doesn't feel hurried and fastened. It feels slow, and I need so much slow. Solace really was Mama Janine's initiative to keep the spirit of Elijah and those like him who have been both impacted by gun violence and affected by gun violence, but also processing life's hardships, grief, heaviness, and we all know grief comes in many forms. So it's just honestly, more than anything, it's a safe place for folks to come and feel that they can bring their emotions and not just leave it at the door, but come with it fully and just be their full selves.
Today, we are showing love to my brother, Elijah, but we are also giving new life. A lot of times in community, we have to deal with tragedy, but we don't often get to deal with the new life experiences. So I thought this will be fantastic. Elijah stewarded the farm for many years, so being able to give back in a way that encourages us to think about that time that we spent with him. So yeah, a lot of times we look at plants and we don't know the true value. And so occasionally, you know, your plant will grow and it'll be overgrown in a pot. We call that being root bound. And so today we wanted to release those plants, give them more room to grow, give them more room to express their genius. I think that is something that Elijah did for us. So, you know, being able to give them a new pot, give them a new home, give them a new start. Elijah would come on volunteer days when we were pulling boulders out of the ground, you know, when there wasn't even any food to harvest. You know, sometimes he would just come to show up and support us. Everybody knows Elijah would show up. And, you know, I just want to continue to show up in the same way that he would. Sometimes I want to give up doing work, but I don't, because I think about folks that can't be here. And so, yeah, I think being able to do something like this, it just strengthens me, it strengthens our community, and it's something that I know he would want me to do. And so, yeah, I think it makes me feel good. It gives me energy, gives me strength. I feel like he's here, the rain stopped.
He meant a lot of things to different people. Even at the performance, there's people that didn't even meet him. For me, it was about the love for humanity, the love for community, and reconciling, bringing people of all different backgrounds from North End, South End, you know, to come together and get things done, whatever those intentions are, whatever the intention is. It was powerful. It was powerful.
I think that spirit continues to affect in all the ways we organize, but I also hope this space and this weekend brings awareness to the full totality of what Elijah was. Long live Elijah.
The memorial event for Elijah Lewis at Rainier Beach Urban Farm was a poignant demonstration of community strength and healing. Through the collaborative efforts of Solace and Nurturing Roots, participants were able to honor Elijah's spirit by engaging in activities that reflect his passions. The act of releasing root-bound plants became a powerful metaphor for overcoming grief and fostering growth, both in nature and within the community. The day not only kept Elijah's memory alive, but also provided a space for those experiencing loss to come together, share their emotions, and find solace. The event underscored the powerful, enduring power of community and connection in the face of tragedy, ensuring that Elijah's legacy of love and unity continues to inspire. Long live Elijah L. Lewis. It's time for our first break, but when we return, we're heading to the CD for a Black business uplift at PJ's Classic Homemade Ice Cream and Bonbons. So get your sweet tooth ready. Of course, you're watching Back to Besa on Fox Soul.
We salute those gone far too soon and dedicate ourselves to finish the mission.
Welcome back to Besa. Now, if you don't live in Seattle, you might have not heard that there's a brand new ice cream shop on 23rd and Cherry, right in the heart of the Central District. It's Black owned, family run, and they have vegan options. So you already know, we have to pull up for Support Black Business Uplift. It's called PJ's Classic Homemade Ice Cream and Bonbons, and let me tell you, the place is a true gem. We met Michelle Forbes, who runs PJ's alongside her sister Danielle. And as sweet as the treats are, the story behind them might be even sweeter. PJ's is all about legacy, honoring their mother who went to Garfield, building something meaningful for the community, and spreading organic love, one bonbon at a time. So get your sweet tooth ready, because we're diving into homemade goodness, one-of-a-kind flavors, and the kind of joy you can taste in every bite.
Hi, I'm Michelle Forbes. I'm co-owner of PJ's Classic Homemade Ice Cream and Bonbons, and we specialize in hand-dipped ice cream bonbons. PJ's is our family's ice cream shop. We're located right here in the Central District in Seattle, Washington. And we've only been open for a couple of days now, but our business has been around since 2011. And we, like I said, specialize in hand-dipped bonbons. We have vegan flavors with dairy options. And the beautiful thing about the dairy options is the recipe is based off of our great-grandmother's recipe that has been handed down generation to generation to generation. I co-own PJ's with my sister. We started in 2011 back in Los Angeles. And what brings me here to Seattle is our mom. Our mom was born and raised here, so it was only befitting to pay homage to our mother and as well as our family who is local to the Central District. Only felt right, and it feels good to be here. PJ's comes from our children, my dad's grandchildren. They call him Papa John. Obviously, we couldn't call it Papa John's ice cream, so we shortened it and we named it after our dad, PJ. Our dad makes ice cream from scratch, and he would only want to make it for church, family, friends. But we had a loss in the family that was pretty devastating, and I approached him. I built up the courage to approach him to say, hey, I got a message and we need to do ice cream. And we hit the ground running. And my sister and I have been making it and pushing it since 2011. Everything that we do, we touch, our thoughts have to be done in love. And we truly believe it's reflected in our ice cream. The best, hands down, is the Southern style vanilla. You can't go wrong with the OG vanilla, and it's full fat, creamy, and it's Southern. And if you know what Southern ice cream is, you know what Southern ice cream tastes like. It just literally takes you back, and my dad says this all the time when he has people taste it, it takes them back to their childhood. It's just that flavor that takes you back to when you were young. We decided to do bonbons because it was something completely different. At the time, we thought so many people were doing ice cream, how could we make it different? And of course, here comes our dad again, passing us by. How do they get chocolate around those little balls of ice cream? We researched it, and they've been a fan favorite since. The must try now is the QB's Nanner Split. You gotta have it. It's vegan banana ice cream, vegan marshmallow fluff, dipped in dark chocolate, and topped with peanuts, pecans, and a little cherries. That one is pretty hot. It's fire. I truly believe the secret is patience, love, and having the right ingredients. We don't cut corners, let's say that. We don't cut corners on bringing a great product to the community. So the chocolate is decadent, we get high quality ingredients. We totally believe in buying local. We're a small business, so we want to be able to support small farms and keep those farms sustainable and going as well. And we make everything from scratch. So we're cracking, for the dairy, we're cracking the eggs, we're measuring the sugars, we're, making sure that everything that we do is touched by our hands. It's a step-by-step process that we honestly enjoy doing. It's more than ice cream for us. It's definitely more than ice cream for us. It's not for the weak at heart. It's not for the faint at heart. And you have to have that drive. You have to have that vision. And it's a marathon. It really, really is. And you will get tired. There are times where I'm yelling in my room and screaming and crying in a corner, but it's moments like our opening, our soft opening, that just is like, this is it. This is why we do what we do. We hope that when you take that bite into one of the bonbons, that you can definitely feel the love that we put into it. And we just welcome everybody to come enjoy. And we want to make sure that when you eat it, it does take you back to a place of good times. And, you know, our saying also is, don't just be good, be bon bon.
PJ's Classic Homemade Ice Cream and Bonbons is more than just a business. It's a feeling. It's the feeling of coming home, of being part of something special, and of tasting the genuine love that goes into every single bonbon. From sourcing local ingredients and cracking eggs by hand to the painstaking process of creating their signature treats, it's clear that PJ's is a labor of love. Michelle hopes that when you take that first bite, you're transported back to a place of good times, of childhood memories, and of pure, unadulterated joy. Whether you're a dairy lover or vegan enthusiast, there's a bonbon waiting for you. And Michelle insists you try the QB's Nana Split, a vegan banana ice cream masterpiece that's fire. You can visit PJ's on 23rd and East Cherry, right across the street from Garfield Community Center, and also on IG at PJ's Classic Creamery. And make sure you tell them that Besa sent you when you pull up. When we come back, I'm catching up with one of the dopest coaches in the WNBA, Noelle Quinn of the Seattle Storm. Plus, we rewind to when I got my first pickleball lesson. Stay locked, you're watching Back2Besa. Welcome back to Back2Besa. Last month, we celebrated Women's History Month by uplifting incredible Black women from all across the Pacific Northwest. And just before the month wrapped up, we had a chance to sit down with one of Seattle's most inspiring leaders, Noelle Quinn, head coach of the Seattle Storm. From dominating on the court at UCLA to winning a WNBA championship as a player in 2018 and another as Seattle Storm associate head coach in 2020, Quinn's journey is a definition of full circle. She officially stepped into the role of head coach in 2021, and with the 2025 season just around the corner, we caught up to talk leadership, player development, and what it takes to keep growing, even when you're already great. Let's head over to the Seattle Storm Center for Basketball Performance in Seattle's Inner Bay and get into it.
I'm Noelle Quinn, head coach of the Seattle Storm. Welcome to the Storm. One of the principles that I try to live by is to be a transformative leader. It's not performative in any way for me. It's deeper than just trying to win games. Individuals that I'm leading, not only my team, but my staff, the people in our organization. I want to make sure that there's something about me that seems special for them, that they've taken something from me, values, and experience. That's how I try to lead in a way that is very memorable, that will leave a legacy. Working with people is everyone has a different personality. Everyone receives information differently. You have to really take the time to see how to pull strengths from individuals and how to communicate with individuals. And so that's a challenge within itself. Always keeping the main thing the main thing. And for a team, the goal should always be to win together. The goal is to always keep the team's goals first. It's about communication. Communicating is not only speaking, but listening and actually hearing. There are going to be times where you have to fight through some adversity and then transitioning to progress. Once adversity hits, adversity reveals character. And I think that's true. But through that, that's where greatness comes. Going through adverse situations or going through difficult times, just kind of leaning into my faith, leaning into my circle, and leaning into the people who are pouring into me. There are people who really believed in me and believed in what I could do. A lot of mentors, honestly, Ed Prohopsky, he gave a very interesting perspective, always just very supportive. Iron sharpens iron, so surround myself with like-minded people, and in turn, that really helps me to grow. Finding a mentor and really someone who is in the job or in the career that they're trying to pursue. I think that's the biggest thing. Just kind of dream big, and within that, due diligence and find people, like-minded people who can kind of lead you in your path. We as young girls didn't know that we can do it because there weren't anyone that looked like us doing those particular jobs. Work-life balance, honestly, is a very important thing to do when you're working in an environment like this. And so I would just encourage people to find something to do outside of the work and be intentional about committing to that. My charge to women in leadership would be to be 100% authentically yourself, to take advantage of your opportunities and enjoy it. Don't take it too serious and have fun. I'm excited as well. I think another year of some fun basketball. Of our core four are returning. We signed some big free agents in the offseason. Our team is looking good. I'm just blessed to be a part of an organization that is super supportive and women-led and continue to push the needle.
Noelle Quinn's journey is all about resilience, purpose, and leading with heart. Her leadership style, rooted in authenticity and integrity, doesn't just inspire her team. It empowers the next generation of women in sports and beyond. As head coach of the Seattle Storm, she's not just chasing wins, she's building legacy. And the way she encourages others to be 100% themselves, take advantage of every opportunity, and enjoy the ride, yeah, that message sticks. Now, if I could just get her to help me with my jump shot, I might really be onto something here. Now, the Storm season tips off May 17th on the road against Phoenix, with the home opener going down May 23rd right here in Seattle against the Mercury. Grab your tickets at storm.wnba.com and get ready to show up for the squad. Since April is officially National Pickleball Month, I felt like it was the perfect time to bring back one of my favorite moments when I hit the court for the Pickleball For All tournament, hosted by the city of Seattle. Now, look, I might have had flashbacks about my struggle on the basketball court the weekend before, but this time, let's just say your girl held her own, and so did the Seattle Mayor, Bruce Harrell. Let's rewind the tape and run it back.
Let's just be ready. Nice, that's beautiful. Here we go, go get that again. Oh, look at that! Do that again, do that again. Oh. By the time we walk off this court, you'll be a master. As the monorail goes by me right now, there isn't a cooler sight in all of America than pickleball underneath the monorail, right? And it's bringing together all the things that pickleball is great about, which is just community and laughter and athletics and just the spirit of fun.
Our charter responsibility as elected officials in the city are to make our communities safe, and we take that very seriously. Our passion for pickleball will help us catapult us to that level.
A lot of excitement. In the world of pickleball, you see people of all abilities, poor abilities like me playing pickleball, trying to activate the city. We want this to be an area for everybody as we activate the city. I'm loving what I see. We don't want to abandon anyone in our efforts to build one Seattle. So we're activating this area. Seattle Department of Transportation, our Office of Economic Development, our Department of Parks and Recreations, our executive team, we're all putting our hands together to activate this area that can be overlooked.
To see everybody out here and actually being able to enjoy themselves, and me, like, I walk these streets like every day, you know, so being able to be in an environment with people just having a good time and it's not anything crazy going on, I'm here for it, you know? I'm hoping that everybody can be more collaborative, do more events like this, you know, get everybody from every background involved, right? Because that's what it's about. Like, we can't have a community if we don't have the full community.
For downtown, what I hope is for people to be able to come down here and have a good time no matter what they want to do. Whether it's going to a restaurant, walking the streets, walking your dog, playing pickleball at our new courts right over there. Anything you want to do. Is there a better place to be than downtown Seattle? Anywhere? No, not at all. Good game, good game. Thank you so much.
Good game,
Great game, good game.
You have a great teacher.
Awesome.
That was really fun. Listen, I might not be a basketball star, but I'm definitely down for more pickleball. That day reminded me how fun it is to just get outside and try something new. Plus, seeing the city active downtown like that, it was a whole schmood. Shout out to everyone who made Pickleball For All happen. And for me, the experience was a 10 out of 10, and I'll definitely do it again. Coming up, we are hopping on the bus with G-Pres and Presidential Transportation to see how one man's generosity is making Seattle's monthly CD Art Walk more accessible, inclusive, and unforgettable. Plus, we're tapping in with some incredible messengers. Of course, you're watching Back2Besa on Fox Soul. Welcome back to Back2Besa. The Central District Art Walk has become a monthly highlight in Seattle, a time when the neighborhood comes alive to celebrate creativity, culture, and community. Every first Friday, the streets fill with art, music, and familiar faces as artists show off their work, local businesses open their doors, and neighbors reconnect. One of the things that really takes this event to the next level is the contribution of Lakeith Aspie, also known as G-Pres, and his company, Presidential Transportation. Understanding that the Art Walk venues are spread out and wanting to make sure everyone can take part, G-Pres steps in with free bus rides. But this is about more than just a lift. It's about making the Art Walk accessible for everyone. Whether you're not up for the walk or just trying to avoid the parking struggle. By donating his time and his buses, G-Pres and Presidential Transportation are helping keep the community connected. Literally. Let's head to the CD and hop on the bus.
Down here, Soto, Seattle, Washington, right here, just north of everything that's good in downtown Seattle, at the yard where we keep most of the fleet for Presidential Transportation. And Presidential Transportation is the #1 transportation company in the Northwest with the most diverse fleet. We specialize in ground transportation services. We have everything from small to big, available for all occasions and situations to get you, your family, your friends, and employees safely to your destination. Tonight, we're in one of my favorite neighborhoods, the Central District. We've partnered up with Stephanie from Made Space and a lot of independent small businesses in the community, and we are providing transportation free of charge to the CD Art Walk, the very first Friday of every month, starting at 6 o'clock, going until 9 o'clock from Union, Cherry, Yesler, and Jackson, and all the way down to Rainier at the Hiawatha Lofts. I love being behind my people. We want to get people back to the CD, and unfortunately, with gentrification and all of the new developments, parking isn't the best in the Central District. So we just want to make it easy and convenient for you to be able to hop on board and go from spot to spot and check out all the amazing shops, vendors, talent, and artists located in the Central District.
So we're at the Central District Art Walk. We're here at Art and Award for a special pop-up with myself and 2 other dope artists here. My name is Amai. We're here with Natty Dread Illustration and then Brian Photography, just doing a pop-up here for this first Friday.
It's been so awesome. I mean, I feel like this is what the neighborhood needed. So to be able to have the CD come through and represent like how we do, all the businesses, like everybody is just getting in on the action and getting in on the fun, and us being able to connect, our spaces through this event.
It's about bringing community together. It's about taking care of each other, embracing each other, having the youngsters out here. We could be doing a whole lot of different things, but the family said it's time to get out and let's be with community, be in the space where our folks are, and let's show some love. This is happening, bringing folks together, sharing their skill, their art, in a way that when you talk about the CD, you're talking about culture. And it's showing that in real time on a Friday night. And you can, again, feel the energy and feel the love. Sometimes you just want to sit down and be with folks that you care about, and that's exactly what this is. G-Pres, it's that type of collab that's really important to this type of work. I mean, Art Walk is massive. Like, you can walk all throughout the CD, but what G-Pres did is said, well, let's get folks the access to be able to get where they need to go so everyone has access to this beautiful experience.
It's good to have someone that's going to move us around and get us to where we're going. We don't have no excuse not to show up for our community, to see this dope art that's happening around our city, and to be there to support one another, because we got someone who's going to drive us around. So I really love that idea. I think it's brilliant, and I think it is a great addition to the Central District Art Walk.
I think that was such an incredible idea for them to add the free party bus shuttle. So to have the bus be able to connect those spaces for us in a way that also allows the people to come together. You might end up on the bus with somebody that you never knew and make a connection that way. You're meeting your neighbors, you're meeting your retail neighbors, you're meeting your local artists and things like that. So it's really a great way to connect people. If you ever want to like hop on the bus and be able to see everything in one fell swoop, now you can because of Prez. So shout out to Prez.
So I was on the bus, it was my first time actually hopping on the bus because I'm usually working stationed at Mayspace. We had a lot of fun. We had music, we were dancing, singing. It was great. We appreciate Presidential Transportation for sponsoring that portion because to get around the Central District, it's kind of hard finding parking and all of that, so it was pretty cool to hop on, hop off, and I think it's like 30 minutes also in each location. So yeah, it was fun. We were so grateful to really have him, and now being on the bus, maybe that will be more clientele that he'll get because people got to experience it. Some were saying that it was their first time on a party bus. So next time you're having a party or something, you want to think of Presidential Transportation and book them.
The energy is just incredible, man. Just seeing people smiling, having a good time. This is bigger than what I thought it was going to be. Everybody involved was a smile on their face. It was so lit, we had to bring 2 buses out tonight. We bought the executive charter, we bought the party bus, and it's just, it's a good feeling. Seattle was on some of that best Seattle weather. Every part of it showed out tonight. My heart is just warm because I come from that legendary Central District, and now we're bringing people back to the neighborhood. So I'm just honored and proud to be a part of it, and I'm glad to see people coming out, families, young, old, and all in between, having a great time and being able to ride in luxury. Come ride with us. We're here, the Central District. We're not going anywhere. Let's keep being great, and in time we'll be greater. Much love.
The Central District Art Walk thrives because of the people who pour love into it, and G-Prez is a perfect example of that. Through Presidential Transportation, he's not just offering free rides, he's building bridges across the community, making sure everyone feels welcome, seen, and supported. You can feel the impact in the smiles, the laughs, and the shared moments between neighbors, from elders who appreciate the lift to families out enjoying a Friday night together. His gift of transportation makes the Art Walk feel more connected, more joyful, and more accessible for everybody. Even after the night winds down, the love he's put in lingers. G-Prez and his team aren't just driving buses, they're helping drive a stronger, more unified Central District. Now, the CD Art Walk happens every first Friday, and you can follow along at CD Art Walk on Instagram. And to learn more about Presidential Transportation, head on over to presidentialtranspo.com. Across Washington State, something powerful is happening, and it's all thanks to the work of Northwest Credible Messenger. Through their Barber and Beauty Shop Behavioral Health Project, funded by the Community Reinvestment Project and the Washington State Department of Commerce, they're helping trusted community leaders become certified peer support specialists. We're talking barbers, beauticians, and neighborhood change makers getting trained in behavioral health and peer counseling. So the places we already go to for self-care can also be spaces for healing and real conversations. By building on the relationships that already exist, Northwest Credible Messenger is breaking mental health stigma, creating safer communities, and sparking a wave of change that's being felt all across Washington State. Let's hit the streets and meet the incredible messengers making it happen.
Northwest Credible Messengers is a consortium of dreamers, people who have lived experience, whether in a system, in community, in anything that's caused a barrier in their life. We believe in positive youth justice, so really thinking about that healing aspect of working with young people and community members and not really thinking about what's happened to them, but the potential within them.
I think it really provided a space for me to heal. And so having the opportunity to do trainings, do outreach and engagement across the state for our consortium, I believe that barbershop and beautician behavioral health project definitely impact violence just due to the nature of the work that's already happening in those spaces. Barbershops and beauticians, I believe, already do peer work, and so it just hasn't been documented and the stories haven't been told.
The barber and beauty shop behavioral health process is a community of practice where we're tapping into the brilliance of our communities through beauty and barbershops to really elaborate what love looks like, what support looks like. It's culture, it's agency, it's relationships that produce results. It's walking alongside somebody to develop even more meaning, but really it's tapping into the aspirational thinking of those participants from trusted community leaders who've been through a process of training to really understand what love looks like in our communities.
A part of the Barber Beauty Behavioral Shop project, I would say that I've learned how invaluable, once again, that it is in order to engage with your clients in a space that you have the proper tools to analyze and also help them create some form of individual service plan in effort for them to reach that milestone goal. Because if there aren't any objectives, then no one's going to be able to find a way to solve whatever their problem is.
I'm born and raised here in Skagit County, formerly incarcerated, gang infected my whole life. Just came home 5 years ago after doing 10 years, and now I help lead our local prison and gang reintegration. I'm a mentor with our Journey program. I think the way Credible Messenger peer support has benefited the model here in our journey is helping empower us to believe in ourselves, empower us to see potential.
Credible Messengers means hope to me. This work will impact violence in our communities by intervention. Before there's anything to prevent, we're intervening and meeting people where they're at before it becomes something that needs to be prevented or something that will involve them in the criminal justice system. Meeting the person before their behaviors become violent.
In my area, I live in the Rainier Beach area. There's a lot of youth violence, guns, all types of things that are happening. So I live in the same community. I could offer support with the middle schools, high schools, even some families that have been affected by whatever gun violence or violence that is happening in the community, that I can offer support, especially with the certification.
But also understanding the things that our people navigate. I think oftentimes when you look at the gaps and the determinants of health that we talked about that are negative in our communities, people don't really understand what somebody who comes from a marginalized community might navigate on a day-to-day basis. So that Healing-Centered Engagement Practitioner certification really breaks that down in a way.
The community is needing a space where they don't have to perform and they can just be. The training was excellent. The information was just super impactful. They gave me language, questions, how to have more open-ended questions to actually draw people. It was impactful information that you really knew this is really going to help people.
Supporting individuals with different problems, just really learning how to listen, active listening, but just being able to be there and support them through the situations that they're experiencing. I believe this work will definitely impact, the violence in the communities by giving people an outlet and a space to come to again, just having that safe place to open up.
This credential really lends me the language to what I've been doing, and also other techniques and ways of being to help expand my skill set. I appreciate Credible Messengers for this opportunity. I did not know that there was a process that you could go through to become certified in the state of Washington. Having a credential, a certified credential, solidifies you as a professional, right? It gives you credibility, and it gives you other means to be able to access resources. So I really appreciate Credible Messengers for making this available.
I believe introducing these elements to the participants here in the beauty industry and in the beauty field, as well as right here in the shop, it allows for us to recognize that this is a discussion that we should have. And this would impact so many people that are dealing with not having had a voice for such a long time.
The work of Northwest Credible Messenger isn't just a training program, it's a movement. One that's rooted in connection, built on trust, and powered by the strength and resilience of our communities. By investing in local leaders and giving them the tools to support their neighbors, they're laying the foundation for real lasting healing. From destigmatizing mental health to reducing violence and empowering people to show up for one another, the impact runs deep and it's only growing. As they look ahead to expand their reach and building a unified network across the state, one thing's for sure, this is for us by us. And the ripple effect of healing and hope they're creating, it's something that will be felt for generations to come. To learn more about Northwest Credible Messenger and the Barber and Beauty Shop Behavioral Health Project, or get involved, head on over to northwestcrediblemessenger.org. After the break, I'm headed to a candle pouring brunch with Noire Luxe Candle Bar and Classic Eats that was full of good vibes, good foods, and even better scents. Plus, we're talking about the power of being alone. Not lonely, just centered. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Back2Besa. Welcome back to Back2Besa. Today, we're diving into an event that had me feeling inspired and smelling good. I recently attended a sold-out sip and pour hosted by Noire Luxe Candle Bar in collaboration with Classic Eats in Old Burien, Washington, which is about 20 minutes from Seattle. And let me tell you, after 3 previous candle making sessions, I finally created a brand new scent. Dude, that's how good the vibes were. The event was all about connection, creativity, and community, all in a cozy private space within Classic Eats, a Black-owned gym. From chicken and waffles to shrimp and grits, the food was fire and the atmosphere was pure joy. Now let's jump into how it all went down. Hey guys, Besa Gordon here. Right now we are outside of Classic Eats and we are about to head inside for the sip and pour brunch, actually, that is being done by Noire Luxe Candle Bar. Child, they are doing candles. We got mimosas. We got good food that is literally being catered by Classic Eats, 2 Black-owned businesses that you all know that we love right here on Back2Besa. So let's head on inside and see what's going down.
When folks come in, the first thing they got to do was order their drink, whether they wanted a mimosa or a mocktail. And then we guided them through just like prepping their candles. Then we went through picking out fragrances. So in our shop, we have over 100 different fragrances. We didn't bring all of those today because that would be a little overwhelming, but we brought a really good amount of fragrances where, you know, if you're a floral person or citrus or woodsy, you had a multitude of things to choose from. As soon as they got done, their food was coming out. So now they're enjoying a meal, just having a really good time.
Oh my God, it's engaging. Her coworkers are very intimate with the people that are making the candles. It makes you feel very welcome at home. Seattle-like, something for us to do, enjoy outside, and just get a vibe of life outside of what we usually do.
I think it helps our community out big time. Because like even me being a hairstylist, there's always people that come in town and be like, what is there for us Black people to do? What is there to do? So, you know, I'm always like, oh, you go to brunch, Classic Eats. You and your homegirls can get together and go to Noire Luxe and make candles. So there's just so many different things that, you know, I could just tell people that comes here all the time.
Our brand is really rooted in community and collaboration. And being a Black woman-owned business, I always try to seek out other Black businesses and other small businesses in general. And so I just think it's so powerful when like 2, you know, Black-owned businesses can come together, not only to offer something that's like high quality and that's just like a unique experience, but also just offer that to the community in a way where they get to experience kind of 2 different worlds in one.
Well, Kalina reached out to me, and of course I'm gonna do it. I mean, she's a walking icon, she's a celebrity. I think it's good for us to navigate with each other. There's a lot of opportunities within our own pod, within our own circle. When you're in our space here at Classic Eats, you're gonna get a good experience. We have some of the best service, amazing hospitality. You get to touch and see the owner. It's not every day he'll come out there and talk to you and say hi, and I pretty much know everybody by name by now. And a lot of our servers kind of remember our regulars that come through. So you're gonna get good service, good food, quality.
I feel like this is very something that's not common, and not a lot of people are making candles. And 9 times out of 10, if you ask somebody have they made a candle, they're gonna be like, no, candle. So I think it's a good experience. It's not everywhere. I think it's really like for Black people too. I love that. It's just good energy around it.
When we threw this idea out there, we didn't realize, you know, how many people would actually like be interested in it. And again, it is a sold out event. So we're super excited about that and grateful for that. And we just hope that like people have some time for self-care and for building community today, and that they take that with them when they leave. Like they poured good energy into their candle. So when they light their candle, they'll give all of that back. Just at the root of what we do is just really like
building community, celebrating whatever is happening in life, or just being with people you care about.
So that was your sip and pour brunch event right here over at Classic Eats in Old Burien, to be exact. This experience was super dope, especially because, look, if you're not able to necessarily make it to a sip and pour event over in person, dude, Noelle Candle Bar actually allows for you to order them. So definitely reach out to Noelle Candle Bar, order your candle making kit so that way you can do it at home with some friends and family if you're not able to make it to one in person. But if you can make it to one in person, as you can see, you will not be disappointed. And also make sure that you're pulling up the Classic Eats. You got good food, and if you have an event, also they have an amazing event space that can fit at least 30 people. So you won't be sorry. One, the event space is good, and y'all know I love to eat. So anywhere with good food is where I am gonna be at. Speaking of good food, I still got some food to eat. That was a vibe, and honestly, it was more than just candles and brunch. It was a reminder that collaboration is the key to building community and keeping Black-owned businesses thriving. What I really loved about the Sip and Pour is that it gave people real ways to support. Look, Classic Eats opened up their private dining room for the event, which you can actually rent out for your own celebrations, team outings, or brunch with the crew. And let's not forget their catering game. Tony and his team go all out, and supporting that side of Classic Eats is another way to keep them booked and busy. And as for Noire Luxe, the candle kits we used during the event, like I mentioned, it's the same candle kit you can order for your own vibe at home. So whether you're hosting a girls' night, gifting it, or just want to chill with a glass of wine and some good scents, you'll have everything you need in your take-home set. Oh, and I gotta say, before we move on, I ordered the Bayou Jambalaya grits, and they were fire. Look, I didn't get to try them last time I came, but let me tell you, it's one of those dishes that you think about later and wish you still had leftovers. Anywho, to stay tapped in with both of these Black-owned businesses, visit noireluxecandleco.com and classic-eats.com. Before we dive into this week's affirmation, I want to take a moment to focus on something that often gets overlooked: our mental well-being. With all the notifications, deadlines, and day-to-day noise, it's easy to forget the power of simply being alone. But solitude isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. So today, we're talking about the transformative power of alone time and how it can help you recharge, reflect, and reconnect with yourself.
Hey there, beautiful people. Today, I want to talk about something we all crave, yet often neglect: the sweet serenity of solitude. In our fast-paced world, filled with constant noise and endless demands, it's easy to get swept away in the current, losing touch with our inner compass. But let me tell you, my friends, carving out moments of precious alone time is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Think of it as a sacred rendezvous with your own soul. It's a chance to silence the external chatter and tune into the whispers of your heart. In those quiet moments, you can finally hear your own thoughts, untangled from the opinions and expectations of others. It's like stepping into a peaceful sanctuary where you can simply be without the need to perform or please. I found this to be true during my healing journey because, for the first time in a long time, I truly had some alone time. Alone time is a fertile ground for self-discovery and personal growth. It's an opportunity to reflect on our lives. Where are we now? Where do we want to be? What's working and what's not? Set goals and plan for the future. What are our dreams and aspirations? What steps can we take to achieve them? And cultivate inner peace and gratitude. In the stillness of solitude, you can find a deep sense of calm and contentment. Take a moment to appreciate all the blessings in your life, big and small. Remember, you don't need hours of alone time every day. Even just a few minutes of quiet reflection can make a world of difference. So take a moment to find a peaceful spot. Take a deep breath and reconnect with yourself. You'll be amazed at what you discover.
So here's your gentle reminder. As you move through the beautiful chaos of life, don't forget to carve out those quiet, sacred moments for yourself. Whether it's a solo walk, journaling, or sitting in stillness, Give your soul a chance to breathe. You deserve that reset. And now, I want to hear from you. What are your favorite ways to recharge and take care of your mental well-being? Send me your self-care gems at Back2Besa at whereweconverge.com. Let's share the love and keep everyone uplifted. Okay, this is the part of the show where I leave with a quote, affirmation, or mantra. This week's is, I had to make my own living and my own opportunity, but I made it, by Madam C.J. Walker. Now look, whatever you're working on, keep building it, keep dreaming it, keep showing up for it. The moment you're waiting for might just be the one you create. Okay, friends and family, that is all for this week's episode of Back2Besa on Fox Soul. I have to thank you all for tuning in, and I can't wait to see your DMs and emails with your thoughts on this week's show. Until next time, be sure to follow me on IG at Besa Gordon. You can also follow the Back2Besa page on IG at Back2Besa TV. Now, until next week, you already know what I'm going to say. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and no matter what happens, please keep that energy high.